Hi, this is Kimball Durham NP with your next Beaute Lab quick vid. Since my last written vlog was all about pores, I'm actually going to discuss how to minimize the size and appearance of dirt in the pores, especially in the T-zone where most people get really oily, and the nasal area where they're most noticeable. There are actually two items over the counter that are quite easy to use and inexpensive that help with pores. One of them is more of a mechanical type of removal, and it is Beaute pore strips. So these have been around for quite a while. They work well, they're inexpensive, and they're easy to use. So whenever I have a patient who has acne or just has very filled and large pores, those pores are genetically set. So I can't change the size, but I can change the appearance of the dirt and oil and grime that gets settled in those. So we're gonna take a step forward, and I'm gonna wet my nose. My face is already clean, and I'm gonna place one of these pore strips on. It actually comes with an adhesive backing, so you do want to wet your nose first. So I do have a towel that's kind of wet here, and I'm just gonna put some moisture on the towel to wet my nose. And then you're going to remove the adhesive strip as so, and then place it so that the kind of pointed tip is at the tip of your nose as well. And kind of settle and smooth it down on this area. And then we're gonna wait 10 minutes and see what kind of grime we get out of the schnoz. See you in 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes and the mask is actually hardened, almost like paper mache. So I'm ready to take it off. It's quite sticky. I'm just going to peel here. Oh, and you can see actually there is quite a bit of debris that came out of there. See those little black dots there? All from my nose. Kind of icky, right? But actually, at least it works, right? It got it out of there. It did its job, what it's supposed to do. I'm a little red. I'm sure that'll calm down in a bit. But while we're waiting, I have another trick that I want to show you. And it's one of the more common elements. It's actually been around for centuries. And it is used oftentimes for acne, for pores, to get rid of debris and blackheads, more on a whole face area. And it is typically called brimstone in the old ages, but nowadays we actually call it sulfur. So this you can find in typically a lot of Hispanic stores. I have to go to find it because it's something that is a little more difficult to find over the counter. There are a lot of prescription types, but over the counter you may find it in some of the more expensive dermatology type brands, Murad, Dermalogica, things like that, inside some of the pore refining or clarifying masks. This one actually is more of a yellow kind of creamy consistency, and you actually want to apply it to a damp face. So I'm just going to take the lid off of here, and you can kind of see it's got that yellowish color to it. And like most sulfur, there is a little bit of a smell to it, but it's not as bad as some of them can be. So I'm just going to kind of cleanse my face again and get some of the stickiness off from here and kind of wet the whole facial area. And I'm going to apply the sulfur mask because this is more for an all over pore cleansing. And this you're actually going to apply just a thin layer. Because I've already done the Beaute pore strips, I really don't need to do the nasal area again, I don't want to irritate it anymore. And you can see this forms like a thin film here. And this brand, actually, the smell is quite tolerable. And the consistency is pretty thick. It's more like a ointment base. And this sulfur is actually the 8th most prevalent element in the human body. It's very natural. It is found near hot springs and volcanic areas. So if you are looking for something that's really not like a harsh chemical, sulfur is something that's great to use. You can use it with the Beaute pore strip like I'm doing now on the rest of my face, or you can just use it on the whole face without using a Beaute or any sort of like mechanical pore strip. So I'm actually going to let this sit for 10 minutes, wash it off, and then we're going to see how glowing my face is and show you how great sulfur is. It's something that's used quite often in dermatology, and I think it doesn't get the maybe the glory that it should get in store shelves. And it's harder to find, but it is out there. And if you can't find it in the stores, try Amazon because everything's on there, of course. So 10 minutes, we'll see you back here. So it's been 10 minutes and I just finished wiping the sulfur mask off my skin. I am a little bit red and a little bit dry, but I know with a good intensive moisturizer overnight that it'll repair my skin, and by morning it'll be like vibrant and glowing, and you can already notice like the pores are minimized, the little specks in between here are much less noticeable, and it looks really great, but definitely tomorrow will look even better. So I thank you for joining me in the latest Beauty Lab quick vid, and until the next video, stay beautiful.